Hello my friends, welcome to my channel if you're new here, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. My name is Brittany. On this channel I share my stupid opinions about the books I've been reading. We are going to talk about my September TBR, but first, a little housekeeping if you will. Many of you know that my husband is active duty Navy. If you don't know, my husband is active duty Navy. He is in the middle of PCSing from one duty station to the next. Permanent change of station for those of you who are not military savvy. He's going to be on leave for the next 30 days. Now, I'm not co-located with him, so we are going to be spending as much time over the next 30 days as possible together, which means that I will not be vlogging or doing any reading challenges for the next month. I am pre-filming before he comes home my September TBR and my August recap, which you will see on this channel. First my TBR and then my recap. But then you're not gonna see me again until it's time to do my October TBR and the September recap. So with that out of the way, we're jumping right in. Let's talk about book club pick. I'm a member of two different book clubs. One of them I'm just referring to as a book club. It's literally just me and my best friend reading the same book while she is stationed in Japan with her husband. Let's talk about my in-person book club. The Murder Row Book Club selection for this month goes to Miss Kelly, my podcast co-host, if you are a podcast listener. Kelly chose Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. I don't want to know too much about this. I read The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose and I was less than impressed, but I didn't hate her writing so much that I've sworn off reading any of her books in the future, and I really do genuinely adore her persona on Instagram. She's wonderful. I'm really looking forward to this. This is what it looks like. I've already purchased the ebook on my Kindle because there's no way the Libby hold is coming through. Elizabeth and I, for the B&E book club, it's called something else between us, but it's very inappropriate for YouTube. We are going to be reading a book called A Little Complicated by Kelsey Ray. I keep getting ads for Kelsey Ray on my Facebook. It's probably my fault because I interact with them, but she just markets these books in such an intriguing way. I'm very, very invested. A Little Complicated. It is the Little Things series, is that what it's called? Yeah, the Little Things book 1. So, A Little Complicated. I grew up with the Buchanan twins, wreaking havoc, playing hockey, causing chaos. Almost all of my memories involve Archer and Maverick. Ew, hate those names. Then I started dating one of them. Archer Buchanan is perfect. He's sweet, attentive, passionate. He's everything a girl could ask for in a boyfriend, and I love him so much. The problem is, I love his twin brother even more. It sounds messy. It sounds like something that I will very much enjoy. Elizabeth is in total agreement. We both bought the book from Kelsey's website, and I'm really excited to get into this. For Libby holds, the only one that is through right now is the Happy Ever After playlist, which is the Friend Zone Book 2 by Abby Jimenez. We don't go into Abby Jimenez books knowing what they're about. It doesn't matter what they're about. Just know that I've already started this book and I'm having a great time. The first chapter is literally so funny, and also Stuntman Mike makes a cameo appearance and I'm here for it. Let me look and see really fast if I think any other Libby holds will come through. I know that Annie Bot came through, but I have to push that off because that's a later book club selection. A Quarter Frost and Starlight came through. Oh no, it's a Jump the Line. I'm not trying to jump the line for that. The Rule Book by Sarah Adams might come through in the next couple of weeks, as well as Happy Place by Emily Henry, but these are not going to be priorities for me. I'm going to push them off if they do come through because I have quite a hefty physical TBR because I bought 2 Book of the Month books, which was going to bring us to the next part of this video, my Book of the Month books. One of them, I'm a little irritated. Okay, I'm a little irritated that I bought it because it's gonna be on Kindle Unlimited. It's Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. It is Wicked Games Part 1. It is a romantasy. It says paranormal romance on the Book of the Month website, but I'm gonna describe it as romantasy. First line, when Ophelia and her sister discovers their mother brutally murdered, there is no time to grieve. Ophelia has inherited both her powerful death-driven magic and enormous debt on their home. Circumstances go from dire to deadly, however, when Ophelia's sister decides to pay off the loan by entering Phantasma, a competition where most contestants don't make it out alive and the winner is granted a single wish. I can't be too mad that I got this because I have never purchased paranormal romance from Book of the Month before, and I'm still charging through their little challenge on the app, and this will fit the genre genie part of the challenge. I just need one more different genre and this fits the bill. So I'm not too mad about it. I've never read anything from Kaylee Smith before. I am really excited about this. It's kind of long. It's 400 161 pages, at least in the paperback, but it sounds really good. It sounds really interesting. I also could not pass up Sleep Tight by J.H. Markert because we talk about the Whisper Man in the synopsis. It's in the vein of the Whisper Man. I think I'm going to enjoy it. So Sleep Tight, the sole survivor of a serial killer, might hold the key to stopping a new spree of murders in this propulsive thriller in the vein of The Black Phone and The Whisper Man. Dark and twisting at every turn, fans of Catriona Ward will love this chilling new take from the deviously inventive horror author that Peter Ferris calls the clear heir to Stephen King. Beware the one who got away. Father Silence once terrorized the rural town of Twisted Tree, disguising himself as a priest to prey on the most vulnerable members of society. I'm not reading anymore. That's all I need to know. I am very excited to start spooky season, thriller season off with so many exciting sounding thrillers. I can't wait for my box to come. I'm literally gonna probably read these first. Speaking of priests, let's talk about the books that I'm planning on reading on Kindle Unlimited. I only have one that I plan on reading on Kindle Unlimited, and it's Priest by Sierra Simone. This is gonna be one of the books that I read for my podcast. And yeah, I am feeling very nervous. Somebody did tell me that I should listen to the audiobook, and I might try to double dork this one. Listening to erotica does not sound like my cup of tea. I don't know if y'all watch with Cindy. She read Haunting Adeline and she played a clip from the audiobook, and I literally have nightmares about that. So thank you, Cindy. It involves the narrator moaning the word kitty cat, and I simply passed away. For physical books, I have only pulled 4 physical books off of my shelf. 3 of them are thrillers. One of them, I don't know how to categorize it. I'm gonna look it up because I don't know how to categorize it. We'll start with this one. So it's marketed on Goodreads as contemporary chick lit mystery. So I don't know. It's a March 2020 book of the month. It is Happy and You Know It by Laura Hankin. The reason I pulled this is because I literally read One Star Romance in August, which you will see in my next video. So I was like, oh, I have another Laura Hankin on there. Let me get ahead of the game. I'm a little behind on the game, but let me get ahead and read this book. This book follows Claire, who has reluctantly agreed to a gig as a playgroup musician for overprivileged infants on New York's Park Avenue. Claire is surprised to discover that she's smitten with her new employers, a welcoming clique of wellness addicts with impossibly shiny hair who whirl from juice cleanse to overpriced miracle vitamins to spin class with limitless energy. I'm not going to read any more about this. It's just going over a couple of the women that Claire, it seems, is going to encounter. I think that Laura Hankin is a very talented writer, just based off of One Star Romance, and so I'm really excited to get into this. It does seem different from many of the other books that I have on this TBR. Next, we have 3 thrillers. Let's start with Jane Corey. I have My Husband's Wife by Jane Corey. I read another Jane Corey. My husband picked it for me. Freaking loved it. So I'm really excited to read this. This says when young lawyer Lily marries Ed. This is kind of a red flag. I don't love lawyers in books. She's determined to make a fresh start and leave the secrets of the past behind. Then she takes on her first case and meets Joe, a convicted murderer to whom Lily is strangely drawn and for whom she will soon be willing to risk almost anything. This sounds so good. Jane Corey is also a very talented writer. I am excited for this thriller. Your girl does fall into the book talk trap every now and then. I have Mary Kubica, Local Woman Missing. I'm pretty sure Mary Kubica is local to me. She lives near Chicago, so I'm excited to read this. Let's see. Shelby Tebow is the first to go missing. Then Meredith Dickey and her 6-year-old daughter Delilah vanished just blocks away from Shelby was last seen, striking fear into their once peaceful community. After an elusive search that yields more questions than answers, the case eventually goes cold. We're not reading anymore. Local Woman Missing is, I think, Mary's most popular book on the internet these days. I'm excited. I bought this a while ago. I have 10 books total this month. I feel like this is overzealous. The last book that I have, I want to say, is more, I don't want to say that it's a YA. I don't know if it's a YA, to be so honest with you. It's called Sweet by Emily Laybourne. This one, Marie Lou says, this is why I'm like, I'm torn if it's a YA, because Marie Lou is a YA author. Simultaneously terrifying, hilarious, and action-packed, Sweet is a wild ride that holds a warped mirror to our society. I loved it from the first line to the last. Welcome aboard the luxurious, celebrity-filled cruise to Lose, sponsored by the new diet sweeteners Solu, guaranteed to make passengers lose 5% of their body weight. And the front says they'd kill to get thin. I read From Below by Darcy Coates. This is feeling very much in the vein of From Below because cruise ship, not that From Below has a cruise ship, but From Below involves aquatics, and nothing is more terrifying to me than being out to sea with no one to hear you scream, essentially. I am really excited. Hopefully we have a good reading month. I am currently, as of today, reading the Happy Ever After playlist, and I'm hopeful that I can finish that book today. You can catch my recap for what I get through next month because, like I said, I'll be out. If you're really curious about, as I'm reading things, I don't really share too much on Goodreads or the Storygraph, but you can follow me on Goodreads and the Storygraph. My links for those are always below. Instagram, also below. I've never tagged my social medias in a video before. Everything's down below in my description. Podcast is in my description. But yeah, that is everything that I'm planning on reading in September. Is it overzealous? Probably, but we're gonna try our best, right? With all of that being said, you can leave me a comment letting me know if you've read anything, what you recommend that I read first. If you have read any of these books, you can leave me this emoji if you've made it to the end and aren't really feeling like having a chat with me in the comments. If you are new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel. This is free for you. It's fun for me, and I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye.